Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Come on. Somebody else? Hare Ram. Ram Ram, Hare Hare. You get? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Om Apavitra Pavitra Vasarva Vastam Gatopi Vaha Yaha Smari Pundari Kaksha Sabhaya Vayanjana Suchihi.
Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna.
Right hand, only right hand. Right.
Hare Ram,
Om Apavitra Pavitra Vasarva Vastam Gatopi Vaha Yaha Smari Pundari Kaksha Sabhaya Vayanjana Suchihi. From the side. You offering RT, you know, you offer RT. Roll your hand like this. Left hand. You offer 3 times. Chant it.
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare
Right?
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Alright, all the children,
Ram,
the sons and daughters, please come and do RT now for
Hare Krishna,
sons,
Hare
please
Krishna,
come.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare
Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram,
Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. All the daughters, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare.
Hare Krishna, everybody, and good morning again. And today, well, the family and friends have gathered to observe what is called the Anteshti Samskar. Many people may not know it is called Anteshti Samskar. Anteshti means the final rites of a living person. So, which is the final ritual which is to be done when a person dies. So, some of these things are different according to what people may practice and observe. What we observe here and what we offer is according to our Vedas. Vedas means our Hindu scripture. So, This is actually the offering which is done. It is very simple. It is not a complex process according to a lot of people sometimes what they observe, what they think, what they follow in tradition or what they follow in culture. The body actually has died, as we know. Death is not something new to anybody here, including young people. I guess basically we do not know what it is we should and should not do. There's always a lot of difficulty. But one of the things that we have to bear in mind is that the person who passes away, who you know as the maybe Nani or Ma or however you may have addressed her, this person is a body. And even though this person is a body and there is a different energy or entity or what is called the spirit soul or Atma which dwells inside the body, there has to be a proper rite or what is called a samskar. Samskar means, like in English, what is called a rite of passage, which should be done for all persons who die in this world. Sometimes people die in accident, they die in war, they die in various violent situations, and these things cannot be done. And this doesn't matter if the person is Hindu, Christian, or Muslim. But the body has to be consecrated back to the elements, which is called Panch Mahabhut, or 5 elements, which is referred to as Dhirti or earth, Jal, which is water, Agni, fire, Vayu, which is air, and Akash, which is ether. So the body itself is constituted of 5 primordial elements, which is called Panch Mahabhut. And it must be consecrated back to what it has come from. The body doesn't belong to Krishna, Lord Vishnu, Sitaram, or anybody. This body belongs to the material elements. The material elements, of course, comes from the agency or the potency or the Shakti of the Lord. But therefore, when a person dies, this body who you refer to as a person must be consecrated back. So therefore, there has to be a procedure which is called a samskar. Just like when people get married, it's called Viva Samskar. Hardly ever anybody does any samskar, including Hindu people in this world, only probably when they die. So there's something that may be done in some type of way when the body dies. Now, I want to just have a little katha about the soul and death and the samskar now that the various particular offerings have been done, which is called Aradhana. What we have done here is that first you would have noticed I would have given what is called tilak or chandan or tika, and this is given to all the persons who are going to do the offerings and do the last samskar for the Mataji, that is the children. Now, this is Gopi Chandan. Gopi Chandan is actually Chandan which is actually sacred to Lord Krishna, sacred to the Lord Sitaram, Lakshminarayan, Radha Krishna. Then what we do is that we offer, you would have seen I offered 2 Genda Mala, right? This Genda Mala was offered to the Lord Radha Govind yesterday and this morning. So when that is taken up from the deity, or the murti as you may know, depending on what you know, that is called prasad. That now is adorned, is given to anybody to wear, living people as well. So when if somebody dies, and there is the possibility to get this kind of prasad, it is actually placed around the neck of the departed soul. I would have offered also, you see, a wooden mala, which is Tulsi Mala. That is a new Tulsi Mala. So we would offer Tulsi Mala because Tulsi is very dear to the Lord. And one who is cremated with Tulsi, Tulsi Mala, Tulsi leaf, patra, what is called patra, or wood, dry wood from Tulsi, there is tremendous punya, which is accrued for the person so they don't suffer after the body is cremated. So this is why this is done as well. And after this, we would have offered flowers and diya, as you know it is traditionally offered, so we must arati the body as well. And the children would have done this chanting. Why it is we chant this Maha Mantra, which probably you would have noticed, many people may have some question. In the Vedas, or the Hindu scriptures, the compendium of Hindu scriptures, in the age of Kali Yuga, the holy name of the Lord, Ram Nam, Vishnu Nam, Krishna Nam, is chanted as the most powerful yagya that is to be offered to any person who is living, who is departed, or who is wandering in this world. So, Kali Kale Nama Rupe Krishna Avatar, which means in Kali Yuga, the incarnation of the Lord is the holy name. If one chants 1,000 names of Lord Vishnu, right, according to Vishnu Sahasranam from the Shiv Mahapuran, this can actually accrue the tremendous punya and benefit for the person to be able to get out of this samsaric world and give him what is called sukriti, and he may develop devotional service unto the Lord. If one chants the name of Ram Nam, as Hanuman chants Ram Nam 3 times, it is equal to chanting Vishnu Sahasranam. Vishnu Sahasranam is 1,000 name of Vishnu. So someone can chant 1,000 name of Vishnu, another person chant Ram. This is same thing. And if one chants the name of Krishna once, Ekam Sastra Devaki Putra Gita Meko Devo Devaki Putra Eva, Eko Mantrasya Tasya Namani Yani Karma Pekam Tasya Devasya Seva. If one chants one name of Krishna, it is equal to chanting 3 names of Ram or 1,000 names of Lord Vishnu. This is according to Shiv Mahapuran, recited by Lord Shiva to Parvati in Kailash. So our Hindu scriptures describe what is to be performed by a person who is living and for one who has departed. It is very important to understand, even though there may be a lot of instructions and a lot of guidance, what is the essence of what it is to be done and to be followed. So this is why we chant now according to our Vedas. Original Vedas of Hindu scripture is called Atharva Ved. And the Atharva Ved of what is called Kali Santarana Upanishad, it is described that actually Kali Kale Nama Rupe Krishna Avatar, which is the holy name to chant the 16-syllable Mahamantra of the Lord, which contains the syllables Hare, Krishna and Ram. So we chant with me everybody. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Don't be afraid or ashamed to chant the name of God enough, because you are going to end up in the same position at some point in time shortly. All of you are going to die. In case you didn't figure it out yet, or you did figure it out, or you don't want to entertain it, my body will die too. But I am not this body, and I will not die. You have to understand, therefore, what is body and what is the life or living force within the body. Or if the body is the same, or the body is different. So don't be afraid. You have to relax yourself. This person here, I have known her for nearly 12 years myself. So I have had the interaction with her myself. Some of you are her children or grandchildren. You see, you all will die. Everybody will die. But you have to know what is the right thing to do in the particular time. So it says in Sastra, Jived Swarupa Hoy Krishna Nityadas, Kritish Krishna Tatashta Shakti, Beda Beda Prakash. So what does it mean? The life force of the soul, or the living entity, which is called Chetanas Chetananam, Nitya Nityanam, Eko Bahunam Vidanam Kamaye. This is from Kathopanishad. Kathopanishad is one Upanishad of the Yajur Ved, which is spoken by Yamraj. Yamraj is a person who collects all the souls when the souls leave the body and when they die. If the person is to reincarnate again, if the person is not to reincarnate again because his soul becomes spotless and pure, which is called Nirmalam or Nirmal, then Yamraj doesn't collect the soul, or Yamadut, who is the attendants or the assistants of Yamraj. So in Kathopanishad, Yamraj is explaining this katha, or this essence of Vedanta, to somebody called Nachiketas. So the soul, which is called Chetananam. Chetananam comes from Chetan. Chetan means a living force, so called Chaitanya in the body. So in the body, you would have heard sometimes in some place, maybe Katha, maybe somewhere, you find that people refer to Antaryami. Antaryami means the Lord who dwells within. So the Lord is dwelling inside the body. But next to the Lord who is dwelling, who is called Shiro Daksai Vishnu, or Lord Vishnu. Next to Lord Vishnu is a living entity, or the soul. That Atma or soul is actually next to the Lord. The Lord is the witness to every activity of the embodied soul. The Lord does not interfere with any activities. So this is called minor free will. The minor free will allows a person to do what they want. If a person wants to become an atheist, or he wants to become a devotee, or is very neutral, or in what is called an equipoise situation in relation to service of God, he can be like that because that free will is given. But the purpose of having a body, and more so a human body, which is very rare amongst bodies in this world, is to realize the self, which is called self-realization. Self-realization is the process by which one may undertake sadhana or spiritual endeavor to understand and realize that soul, the living force within the body. If one doesn't realize the living force within the body, then his whole life, whether he lived to how many years, like Mataji would have lived to probably 90 years, 90 years. It's a lot of years. But if you spend a lot of years in this world and you have not come to understand that you are a spirit soul, not in your head to understand, but to realize in your daily activities, then you have wasted your whole life. You may be famous, you may be wealthy, you may be popular, you may be good looking, or you may be ugly. Right? But it doesn't matter. When you die, Yamraj will come and collect you through Yamadut. So Mataji here, in case you don't know, she has been dying for a long time. So I've been sending him with prasad for a long time also. And also to do certain seva here. I have not come here for a while, but I've been trying to organize some katha to come and do here for years during COVID. But every time he come to ask, it's not possible. Although I have come here to do katha for many years. For her, not for anybody. So I sent him and I told him, tell the family, the 7 children, and the in-laws and so forth, I will come and do katha for her because I know she is dying. How long I know she is dying? 4 years. How long you know she died? You don't know neither. But nobody wants to do. Nobody. The children too close. They can't have katha. They're too busy. They don't have time. They're busy in their job, their money, their clothes, the house, land, whatever you're busy with. And what am I coming to do here? I am coming to speak the message of God. If you want to hear Quran, if you want to hear Bible, Old Testament, all the Vedas, Ramayana, whatever it is, I will share with you. Because I have done this before. For what? For nothing. To help you sitting here and her. This is why I come again. By the service of my Guru Maharaj, who I called this morning in Vrindavan on the road. I called him this morning, I said I'm going to do one samskar, Sudama Vipradas, material mother has passed away, so I'm going to do some seva. Why is it therefore that people are so busy that they don't have time to do what is essential? Why? Are you also busy? Am I not busy too? So you have to understand that life is very short. It's very short for a long story about what it is you are busy with, what it is you could have been busy with, what you should be busy with, and what you was not busy with. You have to find time to be able to spend with God under the direction of an enlightened soul who is called a guru. A guru is not a pundit, A guru is not a priest or the pope in the Vatican or something. A guru is an enlightened soul, a fully self-realized soul, who is a son or daughter of God, who distributes the message of the Lord and gives the love of God to everybody freely. So you have to be able to find such a person to be able to learn the art and science of loving devotional service. Otherwise, when you come to an end, and THT, ant means end, when the samskar of the material body has come to an end, all that will happen, you burn the body. As today we are going to cremate the body, which is the best thing rather than burying. Because burial actually allows the subtle body, mind, intellect, and ego, plus the soul, to remain in the cemetery once the body is in the ground. Until the entire body is not rotted away, that soul is going to wander in the cemetery. So that's why Vedas explain that one should burn the body and cremate it till everything is burnt out. Every single part. So there's no part of the body that remains in attachment. So for all of you here, You all are all children of someone, materially. But more so you are children of God. Because everybody is Chaitanas Chaitananam, Nitya Nityanam. You are eternal servants of God. Jiver Swarupa Hoy Krishna Nityadas. The body dies. Na hanyate hanyamane sharire. Bhagavad Gita explained like this. So when the body dies, you do not die. So if I ask any of you here, do you know who the person was while he was living? None of you will know. I don't have to ask you, I know this. You know this person looking like this, but that is not the person. And why? Why it is you don't know? Because you don't know yourself either. So Hindu religion, to put it crudely, or Muslim religion or Christian religion, religion is not to decorate the body until you die and then you live your life to the max, as they say. This is the only life, as some people speak. And then when you die, everything comes to an end. The soul reincarnates. Whether you agree with it, you don't agree with it, whether you like it or don't like it. The scriptures of the world, which are the oldest, most voluminous, most detailed, are our Hindu scriptures. It predates all religions of the world. It explains the science of the soul and why the soul reincarnates into a body. So you need to understand this also. So when the time comes and a person dies, like your mother, your grandmother, a friend or something like this, like her, you should reflect on the point that I will also die. So what will happen when you die? Even if somebody cries on your grave, it will not help you. Even if all the offerings of the world are given to you, it will not relieve you of Maya. You will not stop reincarnating. Even if you do Pinda offering for 11 months and we do Puja after 11 days, which we will do, it will not relieve you. You have to become a fully pure, realized soul in this world before your body dies. So you can't spend all the energy and all your money enjoying material things. And when you come to retirement, then you want to look at spiritual life. Spiritual life requires tremendous amount of dedication, a lot of energy, and a lot of effort. And if you don't have what is called bal, spiritual energy, you cannot undertake spiritual life. Whether you baptize and you become a Christian or a Muslim, you still can't do it. It does not help. You have to relinquish the attachment to things of this world, including this body too. You use the body as you have a car, you use the car. If you have a car, don't walk. It doesn't make any sense. Use it. Maintain it. Look after it. But don't get caught up in it. You have a body, use it. Maintain it. Look after it. Don't put all kind of nonsense inside here. Or in here. Or here. Or wherever it is. Don't do that. You have to understand, even from medical science, how the body functions. So if you put nonsense in it, what are you going to get? As in computer and science, they say, you put garbage in, you get garbage out. If you eat sattvic food, you get sattvic thoughts. You eat tamasic food, you get tamasic thoughts. You drink alcohol, you get drunk. You understand me? You eat meat, you get kind of sickness, you get colorectal cancer. Huh? You eat too much sugar, you get diabetes. You take drugs, you become an addict and you destroy your brain. We don't have time to discuss all of this, but you have to understand what is the means to maintain the body. The mind, however, is a little more subtle. The mind is fed by the energies derived from what you eat and drink. If you eat a certain kind of food, your mind is made up like that. You can change your mind by changing your diet. You see? Similarly, the brain. You have to feed the brain with good knowledge. You cannot just sit and you have idle brain. As they say, idle brain is a devil's workshop. Utilize the brain to be able to understand your body, the world, your mind, the people, the relations of everything. And also to understand scripture. Don't just spend time sending your children and yourself to school. Go to university, go to whatever it is. And then you study everything, but you will not study Shastra as well, or scripture. I have studied extensively in university. I have a lot of degrees. all kinds of things. I worked and lectured in university too, extensively. So I am telling you from personal experience, but while I was doing this, I maintained a family, I had children, I looked after my parents, and extended people in the public, in the community, all over the world. And I maintained, practice spiritual life all these years as well, simultaneously. So I'm not telling you some theory, you know. I'm not telling you like, maybe this is all I do and all I have ever done, and I'm telling you to do something different. I'm telling you from example, so you teach by example. So you have to spend time in that. Don't spend all your money, send your children to school, and you can't send them to a guru, a real master of spiritual science, to learn what is and understand what is the soul. Who am I? So you have to know, who am I? As they say, K Ami. Who am I? I am not this body. Aham Brahmasmi. I am the spirit soul within the body. The body and I are not the same thing. So therefore one has to carefully understand these particular points. If one does not understand that, when the body comes to an end, you find, like right now, while we are doing this samskar, until we burn out this body, the soul will witness all of this. She, who you didn't know, who is not she, rather, is seeing all of you here. If you have perception, you can sense that the person is here. So the soul witnesses the final rites. When the body is completely cremated and there is no attachment of the soul to the body because it's transformed into ashes, the soul leaves that particular place and moves on where it has to go. Therefore, Garud Puran teaches that is the reason why the soul, the body should be cremated. You see? And when you do the last rites, which is called the rites at the end of 11 days and then at the end of 11 months, this is to conclude the rites, which is the period of time it takes for the soul to constitute a subtle body to get out of the entire material environment here, where it usually had been attached to. Essence of life, therefore, is not to actually just live like anybody, like a cat and dog. Human being and human form of life is very rare. Human is the most, what I should say, advanced, most esoteric, most beautiful of all creations in the entire world. But the purpose of it is not to live like animals. The purpose of human birth is to realize the soul within, which is the life force or the living force, Chetananam. It is eternal, so it is Nityanam. It is a spark of the Lord Vishnu, who is called Shiro Daksai Vishnu, Lord Vishnu in the ocean of milk situated in the heart. So one should understand that I am an eternal servant of the Lord, Lakshmi Vishnu Sitaram Radha Krishna. And therefore, while living in this world and maintaining the body, and maintaining the family bodies and everybody, all the bodies, everybody, one should actually try to do what? Realize the soul and engage yourself in devotional practice. For those who are very, very familiar with Ramayana or Ramcharitmanas of Goswami Tulsidas, you will see in Uttarakhand, which is the conclusion, he's explaining where Kak Busundi is talking to Garud in Mount Mandarchal, that Ram Nam is what is the essence of actually being able to engage in all dharam. So Hanuman, some people know Hanuman. Look, I see one Shiv Lingam there. Look, I see some Jhan with, Hanuman, Ganapati, Devi. Hanuman chants Ram Nam all the time. What is he chanting? Ram, 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 Ram. Nothing else. Hanuman is not doing Beli Puja, Havan, charity, this, that. All he's sitting doing Ram Nam. And by Ram Nam, Hanuman has become Bajrang Bali. Very powerful. So you read Tulsidas, Tulsikrit Ramayana, or you read Tulsidas, the Hanuman Chalisa, you may know. Sri Guru Charana Saroj Raj Nijamana Mukura Sudar. You know? You can say with me. Say na. Sri Guru Charana Saroj Raj Nijamana Mukura Sudar. Varalu Raghubara Vimalacha Jodaya Kapalachar. Buddhahi Achanu Jhanike. Sumiro Pavana Kumar. Bala Buddhya Dev Uimi. Pavana Kare. Siyapati Ramachandra ki. So Hanuman is a Bala Buddhi, Bajrang Bali. He has become so powerful, so enlightened, so pure, so spotless, so strong. When people get sick, sometimes they want to do Hanuman Puja. But you do Hanuman Puja and you eat nice rot. Rot is very nice, very good thing. But you have to follow in the footsteps of Hanuman. If you want to do Hanuman Puja, you have to follow how Hanuman is doing bhajan to Sitaram. If you don't follow how Hanuman is doing puja to Sitaram, then all you're doing is a ritual. So ritual is not spiritual life. So many people who are not Hindus, sometimes I tell Hindu people, you all do all kind of rituals. You all worship all kind of so much God and things. That is not correct. We don't perform ritual. And we don't worship plenty God. Rig Veda explained, Ekam Brahm Ditya Nasti. The Supreme Lord is Hari. See, all others who people may worship, Ganesh for example, or Mahadev, they are Devta. A devotee of God is called a Devta. If you have female body, Devi. So you have to understand as Hindus what it is you do. So you don't give people a wrong understanding, wrong impression. You must do proper things, but you have to be taught. If you are a practicing doctor, you have to go to medical school. You don't go to law school to study medicine and then go and open a practice by yourself for a hospital. Or you go buy some books on the internet, download it in PDF or in Kindle or Kobo, and sit down and read it for years, and after you open a medical practice. But you want to spend money doing this, but you cannot do the same thing to go and study under the direction of a spiritual enlightened master. So you make religion cheap. Cheap. And religion is not cheap. God is the most difficult thing to find amongst people in this world. That's why everybody suffers. And when you die, you have to do all these rituals. Why? Because you spend your whole life wasting doing nonsense. Why you didn't spend time realizing the truth? Why, for example, I couldn't come here for 4 years and do kata? Every time I send a message with no, we can't, I don't know. For what? For free. I will make all the persad, all the food and bring it free and give everybody. You don't have to give me anything. I don't even want a seat to say I sit on the road. Why you wouldn't do that? Why? Would any of you do this? All over Trinidad and Tobago, all the Hindu people practice the same way. All everybody. Why? When the Pandits die, they have to do the same ritual. The Pandit, you do the same ritual. You have to do shaving and bandara for the Pandit. And the Pandit, while living, have to do that for you. So he doing the same thing like you. So are you going in the same place? Yes, he going in the same place. But he's not going to the spiritual world of Vaikunt. Because only if you worship Vaikuntanath, who is Vaikuntanath? Lord Vishnu, you will go to Vaikunt. You can't do ritual and end up in Vaikunt. You can't do nonsense and say when you die, well, ma gone to she gone to heaven now. While you were living, you have to be in that particular consciousness. So I know this is all very heavy for you all. But this is how I relate with everybody, because people are wasting their time. You waste your whole life, you waste your time, you waste your children's time, you waste your money, you waste everything. Every single thing. It's like there's a wealthy multi-millionaire businessman in Princess Song I have been going to see for years. What I go to see him for, I carry some prasadam of Krishna for him. Free. I don't ask him for nothing. So then I tell him, I said, uncle, what you doing here? He said, well, I have to come to work. I said, you don't have to come to work. You're running a multi-million-dollar business, so much outlet all over Trinidad. You have money to last for all you and your children and grandchildren, and you're still here? You don't see you have nothing in your life? You have no life. I tell him yes, sir, because he is not paying me to tell him that. I went to give him a message. So I said, sit sometime and how Tanti? I know his wife and I know him from long, since I was small. So I tell him like this. Now he's very sick. Will all of that help him? And while micromanaging your business, will it help you? Is that business? So ladies and gentlemen, Matajis and Prabhus, please try to understand something very critical. You all will die. All of you. And when you are burnt, you will turn to ashes. Remain long enough by the creek today and see how this body transforms into ashes. It's necessary. You need to know what is matter and what is spirit. The soul of this body is still here and it will witness the cremation. But after that it will leave. Where it will go, if you were not pure in life, you cannot be pure after death. Don't ask the question if there is life after death. Ask the question is if there is life before death. Try to understand this. And try to realize yourself and your soul and try to get out of this world when your body dies. So, I will stop here. We have to go down by Mosquito Creek for 11 o'clock. We must reach there, so we will leave here before 10:30. And I would like if we could chant the holy name of the Lord. And if anybody wants to offer any words, not words of condolences, this is not a speech. If you want to offer any words in glorification of the Lord and devotees, please, you are welcome. Anybody here, especially the children. Hare Krishna, Sitaram, Radhe Radhe. So, Sudama, you can chant the name of the Lord. Yes, probably. Yes, tell him come now, please. Here, anybody, man.
Sitaram and good morning to everyone.
Sitaram.
For those who don't know me, I'm Melissa, one of Nani's granddaughter. I'm here to pay tribute to my beloved grandmother, who was 89 years old when she departed this earthly realm. She was a remarkable woman who brought love and happiness to all of us. My cousins and I had a connection with Nani like no other. She was full of wisdom and always gave good advice. She was very humble. She was a very humble person and came from a very simple background. Nani was a very hardworking and enjoyed gardening and ensured that her family was comfortable and that all of her children were given a proper education. She did all of that and more without ever complaining despite the challenges she faced. She showed tremendous strength and determination in every aspect of her life. According to my aunts and uncle, she was strict. However, I couldn't see that. Nani was a fun-loving and easygoing grandmother. I can clearly remember when she recovered from a stroke. She was left with a slight limp. In memory, my husband told me in a funny manner, Mel, I didn't know your grandmother was a gangster, which left her laughing uncontrollably. She valued family. She was a very religious person and attended temple on a weekly basis. All of our vacation was spent with Nani and she ensured that we attended temple with her, participated in service. She taught us many bhajans because she was a great singer. She also played the drums. She sang at wedding, temple, and family gathering. She was an excellent chutney singer. Something none of her daughters acquired. I cannot say that about the boys who inherited her genes from her. Auntie Charlene was the only one that tried to sing, but she annoyed Nani tremendously when she purposely sang the wrong thing. Nani spoke fluent Hindi and convert with Papa. And we always wondered what they were talking about. She was a fitness enthusiast and walked every morning and evening. She was loved in the village by everyone, young and old alike. She was a mentor to many. It was Nanny's time, and she lived a full, blessed life, gifted us with kind, tolerant, generous heart that will continue to live in all of us. Thank you to everyone that attended today. I really didn't want to take up so much of your time, but I just had to share some special moments of Nanny. Nanny, we love you as much as you loved us, and we will certainly miss you dearly. Thank you. Sit around.
Sit around. Come.
Namaste and good morning, everyone.
Namaste.
Thank you for being here to help celebrate the life of my great-grandmother, lovingly called Nan. My name is Ishan. I am Nan's great-grandson, one of many, and I am honored to be able to share a few words with you today. I lost my beloved Nan on the 28th of October 2022. She was one special lady, and the loss of her is felt deeply by many. Even though she lived a full life, she bravely fought through her illness due to aging. The love of my Nan is unique. I still can't believe my lovely Nan was taken away from me. You may have passed on, but your memories would always live on within us. Thank you for your sacrifices, your care and concern, your love and everything that you have done for me. Wherever you are, I know you are in a much better place. I will be forever grateful and thankful that you are my great-grandmother. Rest in peace, Nan. I will never forget you, and we always love you forever. I love you, Nan.
Sit around.
Everybody,
Hare
on behalf of my group, Ramesh Raj, I must say, very thankful for him for being able firstly to come and offer the final rites, the Antishri Samskar, on behalf of my material mother. I must thank everybody for being part of this too, to celebrate the final offering that we have made to material mother also. So thank you again, and if all of you can join together with me, we'll do a final prayer, of course chanting the Maha Mantra. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, everybody. Thank you all again. And now we can have a viewing for everybody who have not viewed. So we have limited time to proceed to the commission. If nobody has anything else to share for us.
She always love you singing. Sing up like that.
Come to.
ओम श्री गणेशाय नमः। ओम श्री सरस्वती नमो नमः। ओम ब्रह्मा गुरु विष्णु गुरुदेव महेश्वर गुरु साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। या देवी सर्वभूतेषु दयावृतेन संस्थिता नमस्ते नमस्ते ओम त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव बन्धुः च सखा त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव। ओम शांति शांति।
Kiểu con này bác cái gọi này là cho nó
We have our separate one. Get some prawn for her? Right, hold she, hold she. Come down to you. Om Apavitra Bhavitra Bhavasarava Sangatopi Baha Yahasmari Kundali Kasha Sabhaya Vayantava Suchi. You can see, eh? And you go hold she this Nama. Still. Om Apavitra Pavitra Vaha Sarvavasan Gatopi Vaha Yahasmari Pundarikaksha Sabhaya Vayantava Suchi. Pundarikaksha 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 Yahanamaha. Om Om Agyanti Mirandasya Jnananajan Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Namo Vishnu Padai Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamini Tinamini Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Prachadine Nirvishe Shunyavadi Paschat Deshatadine. Om Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram You alright? You okay? Alright. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
No, I will hold it.
Yeah, come, Pamela. Pamela, anybody, Pamela? Come. Sit down with a little, come, chant a little. Don't worry, nobody can sit.
Govinda Krishna Jai, Gopala Krishna Jai, Gopala Bala Bala Krishna Jai. Govinda Krishna Jai, Gopala Krishna Jai, Gopala Bala Bala Krishna Jai. Krishna Jai, Krishna Jai, Krishna Jai, Gopala Bala Bala Krishna Jai. Govinda Krishna Jai, Gopala Krishna Jai, Gopala Bala Bala Krishna Jai.
Get some flowers for our orphan. Get some flowers for him. Yeah, that's the son of it. Come, Brenda, come. Go get some flowers. Put on here. They give me that.
Put you to sit down now if you don't want to answer.
Come on, go. Bring.
Mommy,
Hold this hot for
darling mommy. Put you to sit down.
Om Tat Sat, Om Tat Sat, Om Tat Sat. Om Pavitra Vaha Sarva Vasan Vasuki Vaha. Asmari Pundari Kaksha Sahaya Vayan Dada Suki. Right? Yeah, come this side. Yeah, Mata, any side. Om Pavitra Vaha Sarva Vasan Gatopi Vaha. Yahasmari Pundari Kaksha Sahaya Vayan Dada Suki. Pundarikaksha, 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 Yahanamaha. Om Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Anyway, take your Om Pavitra Pavitra Vaha Sarva Vasan Gatopi Vaha. We finish. Om Pavitra Pavitra Vaha Sarva Vasan Gatopi Vaha. Yahasmari Pundarikaksha Sabhaya Vayandara Suchi. Pundarikaksha 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 Ya Namaha. Om Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Om Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Ram. Give us a seat from. Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Anybody else around? Anybody else want to sing something, say, chant some bhajan, whatever? Would anybody else like to offer any flowers, any words of support, any bhajan, anything? You are very welcome. Please
Pandit Ji, members of the bereaved family, my good friends. At one time I was like a part of this family in my younger days. That's the days when Rat and I was still single. And I remember every single day coming up that hill there to meet with the guys. And me and every one of the sons were friends, and still remain friends. But today, it's about Auntie, as I used to call she. When I got the message that she passed, you won't believe I live in right quarter mile from here, and I got this message 24 hours after she died. Somebody called me and told me the day after. And when I asked what was her age, Vishnu tells me 89. Children, you are very fortunate to have your mother until 89. I'll be attending a funeral tomorrow where a 48-year-old man collapsed and died on Saturday morning in Club Road. So to make it to 89, you had to be a good soul. You had to have the blessings of Almighty God, and it's because of your doings and the way you live and carry about yourself will take you to that age. You know, I remember the days, I can't remember Paul correctly, but I'm trying to remember. I used to remember she singing in wedding and thing. Every wedding in this village, she used to be there cooking and singing at the wedding ceremony, and you don't find that anymore. I don't know if the younger generation is learning or taking up that tradition that Auntie and them had those days. I remember in those days when there's a wedding in this village, you seen a number of ladies trickling down the road with a dabbler in their hand and going down the road. to cook that food Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and she was one of them. You don't see that anymore. Today, people pay to cook the food. They order it by caterer and thing. The community spirit, it no longer exists. And it's people like Auntie here, who was the embodiment of that spirit in this community. She's one who led the charge and never, ever, ever refused anybody to assist or help in that regard. How many children was there? About 9? 9 children. Well, I checked correct this morning. I lie down in my bed and I checked it this morning.
One deceased.
I know, yeah. Yeah, I know the deceased brother. And I checked this morning, 9 children. And to bring up 9 children in those days, with a husband who not really gainfully employed, was a sacrifice by itself. That was a monumental task to raise 9 children. Imagine these days, them young girls have 1 and 2 children and they had to send them to school. Them getting up from 5 o'clock in the morning and by 8 o'clock they still can't ready the children in time. And imagine in she days, she dealing with 9. 9 children in those days. That is the level of commitment they had in those days. She kept the family spirit alive. She kept her family united. Today we are hearing more and more and we are seeing where our country is going down a precipice with crime and you name it, everything negative. It's because of the breakdown of the family life and family values. And that was quite existent in this family. If you look at all the members of this family, the children, the daughters and the son, nobody is involved in crime, nobody is involved in anything negative, because of the upbringing of the mother, and let's not forget the deceased father, because he would have played a role as well. And we must thank God that we had her for all of 89 years, because some people were unfortunate to lose their parents when they're born, and you had her for 89 years, and I am sure that you are comfortable, you are happy, and you are at peace with yourself, that she did what she could have done for the family, and I know that every one of you played your part when she needed you, when she was lying on that bed there. So today I want to extend my condolences. She served her time, she served well. She is an example to mothers in this community. The way she lived, the things she did, how she lived, how she treated her children, how she treated with the community people. And I do hope that some people will really take up the opportunity to keep that tradition where she used to go with those other ladies and sing in those weddings and assist in cooking the food and so on. So today, guys, girls, I extend my condolences to you. It is a pity that I couldn't be here last night and the night before. Flooding, look at how I leave here now, I'm going on Clock Road because the flooding is still existent down there. And it was really a busy weekend. So I extend my condolences to you, and I know that God will give you all the strength to carry on. And 89 years of memory, you have plenty to carry and plenty to think about and plenty to remember she for. So I am sure that she will find a resting place because she was really, really a good, tremendous person in the community. And I am sure she's at peace with herself, and her children is also at peace of mind with what she has done for them. I went to that eldest sister 100th birthday last year. So thank you all very much.
Anybody would like to view the body again?
How kind and loving are you, O Mother? My smiles are your smiles, my tears your tears. In the forest of thorns, you are a beautiful garden of roses. How many sleepless nights did you endure only for my sake, Mama? No one else but you shared my joys and sorrows. How beautiful and charming are you, Mama. Look at me, look at me, oh, Ma, oh, Ma.
please, come on. Well, when I come in the room, I can't come and call it and you take
काम करेगा इतना. No other love can equal that of mother. 9 महीने उदर में रखा जब दुनिया में आया. She carried her child for 9 long months and finally introduced him to the world. She would never hesitate to provide him with all comfort. Singing sweet lullabies in the rhythm of her gentle tapping, she would put her child to sleep. माता की ममता ऐसी बड़ी है, सागर बड़ा है ज्ञान. Mother's love is as boundless as the ocean itself. कौन करेगा इतना? Nobody loves can supersede the love of a mother for her child. Yeah.
chadar everywhere. When you blow into the body, the tulsi mala, gopri chandan, chadar and everything, this is very auspicious. Right now, anything better than that. This is the root of our teaching. This is bread, essential teaching.
Your eyes are open in mother's lap. And you saw the world by sitting with father's shoulder. No duty is greater than that. But if you lose the girl, it's not charity. It's simply your duty. Lelo, wine, mala. Take the blessings of mother and father.
About 10 o'clock now. We have to reach by Mosquito Creek for 11. So if we could arrange to leave now, so we can reach in time because we have to start probation before that time. So the sons and the young strong white and the undertaker, these are Guru. Right, everybody, please come and chant. Take up the body and chant. Take up the coffin. Chant, please. Let them male things up. Chant. Yeah, them able. That is already. Kevin. Everybody, all the grandson and sons and Guru? Yeah, you could go down. Yeah, right. You take the choice. Right. Chant. When I take up chant, everybody. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Jai Jai Sri Ram. Right, go by the click one time, everybody. Right. Murari Gupta. Come.